I'm going to show something on my on the connection over here. I've been doing educational stuff for about over 20 years. I started in textbook and have moved into developing things for the iPad. I guess I represent the little guy. I represent that two-person, one-person. In my case, I'm a stay-home dad, so it's more like a half-person shop. But what I like with things like this is when people show what they're doing and what their thinking is behind. So I'm going to try to share a couple things that I try to do. This app here is called Math Doodles. And one of the things I try to do is try to let the kids have evidence that there's a human being that actually creates these things. And in this case, there's an author. And I think I'd like to see more authors in this space, because an author tells kids that there's a person who actually cares about the thing that you're about to learn. There's someone who likes doing this kind of stuff. And one of the ways I like showing that, I have activities here. I have a fourth activity I didn't finish. So I put it in as a note to the kids saying, here's something I'm currently working on. It's kind of in a sketch mode. It's actually playable. You can kind of go in and try to do it. My favorite part in here is if you look, I actually put a typo in there on purpose. But once again, that's just to have it set so they know that there's a person here. The other thing is, I really want to show a passion for mathematics. Too many times I come across people that, I had someone come and they said their goal was to make mathematics a little more bearable. And I would say that person needs to learn how to love mathematics before they try to teach it to kids. So how I try to do that is, if you look in the background of this main view, up in this corner here I have just kind of cool math ideas, and I have little math quotes on the side over here. Down the bottom I have who are different people that do math. So those are all things that are just in the background, just to kind of give that sense of there's someone passionate about it. I'm going to go into one of the activities real quick. One of my other pet peeves is when people say, the great thing about an app is that the kids are learning math and they don't even know it. That's not cool, right? Math and learning is something we should be celebrating, right? It isn't a good idea if kids don't know that's what they're doing. So what I try to do with my stuff is, I try to celebrate the fact that we're learning. Math is the bell and whistles of my apps. I try to make it so it's right there and obvious. If you look at my start button here, it used to say start. I started getting reviews that they don't even know they're doing math. All my start buttons now actually say do math. One of the other things I like to try to do is give control to the kids. A lot of times people are trying to gamify the things that they're doing. Problem is, a lot of the techniques in gamification, the purpose of them, I don't think are appropriate for children, right? You're usually trying to manipulate people, you're trying to fool people, you're trying to disguise the learning. You're trying to control how they're going to go through it. I try to turn as much of that over to the kids as I can. So they can get to any activity, they can change how they want to do it, whether they want to race or it can be in solid mode, they can change it to easy or hard. If they want, they can do dice, they can do fingers. I have all these different options. They don't have to level up. If they want to do Chinese, you know, they can just click on Chinese, and they can go ahead and do Chinese. I'm not going to do Chinese. I'm going to do the simple one. And I'll just show you how one of these activities works. This one is called Sum Stacker, and the idea is to simply create the different sums. What you just saw there was just a little bit of feedback I like to call happy dance. And it's just a simple nod that suggests you got this right. You don't need zombies, I don't think, coming to attack you. I also like the idea that kids can kind of go at their own space. They can think about creating their own strategies, how they want to approach it. I try to set up my activities so that there are multiple ways, multiple solutions, multiple ways that kids can kind of access this. And I'm going to go really quick here, finish up. You see I'm just getting the smiley face to get 1 minute, I'll finish this set. I used to have a game over in here. And someone said, I don't like that. And I said, you're right, I don't like that either. So this is what I have now. It just says mathematically enjoyable. And there are different ones that come in here. And once again, I just want kids to think about mathematics in these different ways. And that's basically what I've got.